And I'm back with another video. So in this video slash podcast, don't forget, even if you guys are watching me on YouTube, I am putting these episodes in a podcast so you guys can actually listen to this and learn so much. So today we have Sharetha Holman. I said Holman, you guys, but you know, she's from actually North Carolina. They talk different. I'm from technically Wisconsin up north, but Sharetha Holman Cooper, she's here and she's actually from Charlotte. So she's going to tell us like the top things you guys should know when you're moving to Charlotte. We already talked before this. We talked about 30 minutes. We talked for a while and we talked about like, you know, different companies moving there, different opportunities that you guys can have there. So I'm going to let her go ahead and tell us all about it. Tell us a little bit about yourself first. And thank you so much for coming to the podcast.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here and share a little bit of information about moving to Charlotte. So the opportunity. I am Sharetha Holman Cooper, originally from South Carolina, but I've been in the Charlotte metro area for about 20 years now. I've been a realtor in the area for about 15 years, and I most recently opened a boutique brokerage that serves North and South Carolina called Apex Realty of the Carolinas. So
that's nice. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. So we help buyers and sellers across North and South Carolina. We're based in Charlotte, and we serve right now Columbia, South Carolina, as well as Charlotte, and then we're expanding to a few other areas this year as well.
That's exciting. So with all, I know all the different areas that you help with, what type of clients is like the clients that you typically help?
So as a firm, we help all clients, buyers, sellers, investors. Personally, I help move up buyers. That these are, you know, not first-time home buyers, but maybe like first-time sellers, and you're looking to, you know, move up from that starter home to the next home, as well as a lot of people that relocate to Charlotte I work with.
Okay. Also, a lot of people relocating to Charlotte. What's going on in Charlotte? Why everybody going to Charlotte?
Listen, Charlotte is where it's at. Like we're, you know, we're not a baby city, but we're a newer city in the Southeast. And so like the weather is great. We're close to the beach as well as the mountains, and a lot of employers or a lot of businesses move here from like the cold. We don't get like a lot of snow or anything like that. So they get more working days here. And a lot of businesses move here, and then a lot of businesses start here as well. So we have a lot of like business owners and entrepreneurs who start new businesses here, and it allows for the city to continue to grow. And it's good for everyone, like millennials, families, people who want to still be in the city, but away from, you know, the like hustle. I actually work with clients that come from the North. I'm working with, you know, clients that are moving from Philadelphia now. I've worked with clients from New York and New Jersey, and when they see Charlotte, like they love it. They're like, trees, and it's clean and it's pretty and there's a lot going on. So Charlotte it's where it's at. So there's a lot of like construction and building and a lot of things going on. And so there's always
you guys have a lot of construction.
Yes, everything. The roads are expanding, new buildings going up, a lot of things being redeveloped. So it's a lot going on in the city.
Well, that's exciting. And do you guys have any special programs for people that's actually moving to the city, or even just first-time home buyers or second-time home buyers? Maybe they're going to move up and get a new home.
Yeah. So there are a few programs that we offer for, we being like state of North Carolina or the city of Charlotte. So for the state actually offers first-time home buyer assistance as well as any buyer, really. So it's down payment assistance for first-time or move-up buyers. And that's through the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency. So they offer, I think right now it's up to like $8,000 in down payment assistance through certain lenders. So if you're curious about that, they have a website, just Google North Carolina Housing Finance Agency, and you can find out about the programs that they offer. The city of Charlotte, so the city of Charlotte also offers additional funds for down payment assistance. There are opportunities for certain areas of Charlotte, meaning areas that are being like redeveloped or, have opportunities for additional growth, they offer up to, I believe it's like $10,000 or $15,000 in down payment assistance through the House Charlotte program. So yeah, it's called House Charlotte. And then there's also opportunities for first responders and educators as well through the Homes for Heroes program. So definitely like down payment assistance and first time home buyer assistance available in the area.
Now, if somebody was to take these down payment assistance programs, would that mess up their loan, or not? I wouldn't even say their loan, but their chances of actually getting that offer accepted? Because, sometimes it takes longer to close out when you get these type of programs. Is that going to delay their closing?
There's so many people out there with debt, so much debt, you guys, that they can't even get a car, they can't get a mortgage, they can't even get a credit card. Like, I mean, a $200 credit card. Some people can't even get a secure credit card. So that's why I created my exclusive credit membership, and it's only $1, you guys. So my exclusive credit membership, you guys will actually get the letters to delete bankruptcies, charge off, repossessions, any negative account that you have in your credit reports. I have the letter so you guys can get that deleted. But guess what? Just because you guys are a part of my exclusive membership, you can get all those letters. But say if you don't want to do all that work, I have it so that you guys can get free credit repair. So that means I will actually start working to help you remove these accounts from your credit reports. And look right here, look all the results that my clients are getting. So definitely remember, you guys can join my exclusive membership for just $1. And I'll have that link down below. Or you guys can text SCORE 21,000 and you guys will have that link. So I'll see you guys in my exclusive membership.
Yeah, that's a great question. So, people always ask me about down payment assistance, and I always say, these funds are available. And I don't know about like other states, and let me kind of just say like our contracts vary by state. Real estate contracts vary by the state. And one thing in North Carolina contracts is that you have to identify like your source of funds when you are purchasing a home. So whether it's conventional mortgage or FHA, or if you are using down payment assistance or down payment funds, you have to disclose that at the time of contract.
Oh, do you?
That's not yeah, you do. So it's not a bad thing per se. However, it gets a little tricky when you are competing against other offers. So because we are in a very strong seller's market, like most of the country is, we have houses that, the hot houses may have 20 offers, 2 days. And so again, cash offers or conventional or many other offers, an offer that includes like down payment assistance is maybe viewed as less competitive. So it will take a little bit longer or take the right seller to accept that offer. And so what I tell buyers that are, that have to use down payment assistance is that, you'll need to be a little bit more patient. It may take longer to get your offer because you're so heavily. And one thing, a lot of buyers that inquire about down payment assistance don't necessarily understand is that it's not free money. So typically with the down payment programs here, it's usually a second mortgage on the home for a period of time with, terms and conditions regarding how those funds can be used. So it's not a grant. It's to help you, but there are, conditions around that. So to answer your question, what's that?
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. I mean, I talk to them
all the time, y'all. It's not always free.
Right. It's not free. But it is able to help. And, if it's something that you really want, you definitely want to buy your first home and you don't have $20,000 set aside. I'm not saying that's how much it's going to cost, but depending on the price of your home and down payment amounts and closing costs and all that. But let's just say you don't have the $20,000 and you need to get assistance from an agency. Definitely seek that out and just be patient and understand that it's going to work out in time. But you may have to put in many offers, but stay the course and eventually it will work out.
That you know what, a lot of people, I tell them that about like the USDA loan. I don't know if you guys do that out there a lot, or even like Navy Federal, they have the no money down loan right now. But if you were to get that loan, they charge you, at least the buyers I'm dealing with now, they charging them $2,600 just to give them that no money down. Like, you're charging me $2,600. So count the cost, you guys, definitely. But if you were to go ahead and put the money down, you weren't going to be charged that fee at all.
Right. And I was going to say, with some lenders, they may have 100% financing program, but they're definitely going to get their money back either through the rate or through those fees like you mentioned. So
it's sneaky. It sounds good, but it's very, very sneaky. So you guys definitely need to look into that. So tell us about, like, if someone wants to move to Charlotte right now, tell them some things that they should do or have in order in terms of, you know, make sure their credit's together, make sure you have this in order, that in order. Like, what types of things should they make sure that they have in order to be able to even buy a home in Charlotte?
Awesome. So yes, definitely you want to have your credit in order. I know a lot of people use Credit Karma because it's very popular. As we both know, that is not an accurate source of credit score. So I always tell my clients to, you know, spend the $29.95 and go to myfico.com and look at, you know, your actual credit score, your mortgage scores and everything like that. So definitely know where you stand credit wise. I always recommend, you know, a minimum of, you know, 620 to 640 credit score to qualify for more loan programs. So you want to have your credit, you want to have consistent income. So over the last 2 years, if you have like a W-2 job, then you want to have consistent income for the last 2 years. If you're self-employed, it could be they want to see consistent income. They, being mortgage lenders, want to see consistent income for a little bit longer and being able to prove your income. So consistent income, credit, you want to understand where your debt is, your debt ratios. I know a lot of, times in this day and age, I'm always talking to somebody with lots of student loan debt. So that's always, something to talk about. I'll ask that up front, but understand like your debt ratios. And of course, most real estate and mortgage professionals can kind of go through your situation and kind of figure out where things are for you individually. That's a lot to kind of like go through. So, but understanding your debt, and then of course having your own savings. So having your own reserves to be able to purchase your home, because at the end of the day, it's your home, it's your responsibility, and you do want to have some funds set aside. Just like, any purchase. If you go out, you can't go out, and I guess you can go out and buy a car and put money down. But when it comes to, buying a home, typically an appreciating asset, lenders do want you to have some skin in the game. And so as much as you can have set of your own money set aside, or gift funds from, a parent or a family member, just kind of do what you can to prepare for home ownership.
Don't forget, you only need a 580 credit score to buy a home. Some people can go all the way down to a 500 credit score. So all I want you to do is go ahead and click that link for my home buying program, and I'll help you step by step find a mortgage broker or find a bank to actually give you the money to get a loan, and then I'll connect you with one of my partners in the United States. So I don't care where you at. I don't care if you're in Georgia, Texas, Florida, Wisconsin. I don't care where you at. You can even be in Cali. Go ahead and click that link and join my home buying program.
Yeah, I love all of those different things. A lot of people don't understand. Even if some people are like, I'm going to do no money down. And I'm like, I don't care if you don't no money down. You really need to make sure that you have money saved, because you can't go into a new house. And a lot of times you're going to throw out all your furniture. You're going to start brand new. You can't go into a new house with nothing, like no money saved. That's just crazy. That's just really crazy.
That is, So I'm a big one. Yeah, and I tell my clients the same thing. Like I give them, we talk about goals, and I'm like, okay, well, this is how much I think you should save. We don't know an exact dollar amount because it depends on the house. It depends on a lot of factors. But here's a goal for you to work towards. And even if you don't use all of this for your down payment or your closing costs, you still have kind of like that cushion for emergencies. Because once you purchase a home, as you know, you have to maintain it. Things break, there could be a change in your income. So you want to have, your investment protected by having funds set aside and kind of having that safety net.
That's true. Now, do you guys have anything that maybe people should be aware of, like different laws out in Charlotte, especially when it comes down to like contracts? I know we talked about a few things. Can you kind of go through like the different things that you may have in Charlotte that other people may not know about because it's not even in their state?
Gotcha. So that's a great question. So like I mentioned earlier about one thing. So let me go back. Real estate contracts are state specific. So like we have to, that's why realtors and like mortgage lenders have to be licensed by state. So I'm licensed in North Carolina and South Carolina. And there's big differences between the contracts. The thing about North Carolina contracts, and I mentioned one thing earlier, is like we have to disclose the source of financing if you're making an offer on a home. So whether it's what type of loan you're using, whether or not you're using down payment assistance. I think disclosing whether or not you're using down payment assistance is something that may be unique to North Carolina. Yes. So the other thing, the big thing that a lot of clients that don't know that are different from other states that they may be used to is that we have this thing in North Carolina called we have a due diligence period. And we have a due diligence fee. And what that is, the due diligence period is, when we do our home inspections and get the client gets their loan underwritten, you get an appraisal, and every investigation that you're going to do on that home is conducted by a certain date, the due diligence period. However, for the opportunity to do that, you have to pay a certain amount of money with your contract. So we have two fees that are typically collected up front when we go under contract. We have the earnest money, which most people are familiar with. I think most states have like an earnest money deposit, which is typically refundable after a certain amount of time. But then we also have a due diligence fee, which is non-refundable. So it does get credited towards the purchase price of your home when you close, but it gives you the right to cancel your contract for any reason or no reason at all. So whether voluntarily or involuntarily you don't close on this loan or close on your purchase, you are out of the due diligence money.
And how much money are we talking?
So the amount varies, and let me go back. So North Carolina, this is a change that came to the contract maybe around 2010 or 2011. Okay. And so it wasn't like that big of a deal because at the time we were in like a buyer's market, and when we went under contract back then, it could be like, $0 for due diligence or $250, and sellers would be like, okay, well, you want to buy my house, awesome, great, anything for you. And now that it's an extremely competitive, strong sellers market, they're like, well, who's going to pay the most due diligence fee for me to accept your offer? They don't say that literally, but
yeah, but
that's how some buyers have differentiated their offers. Like,
okay.
They may go, a certain amount over asking in their offer, but they'll say, well, I'm willing to pay more at the time of contract for the opportunity to conduct my due diligence, which is really for you to accept the offer, because sellers know once they secure those funds, it's non-refundable to the buyer, and it's made out directly to the seller. Like, it's not something that's held in escrow by an attorney's office or anything. It's paid directly to the seller. So that is a big thing. It's a big thing that is different for North Carolina versus, clients that are coming. Maybe they bought a home in New York or Pennsylvania or New Jersey.
Florida, Wisconsin.
Florida. Yes, please Google. I mean, I don't even think there's a lot of information like out there about it because, it historically hadn't been an issue, but now,
do you have to pay it?
You don't have to pay it. No. If you want your offer accepted, yes.
Because that's what's going on. You gotta play by the rules right now. You're on. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So it's not something that you ever have to pay. And some buyers, are limits. I always say only be comfortable. Only offer what you're comfortable with the potential to lose. That's it, because you won't always lose it. If you make an offer and it gets accepted, That's when you pay the money. And if you close, it's credited towards your purchase price. No big deal. However, if you
is it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
It's only at risk if you terminate. And if you terminate because, if the appraisal comes up short and the seller decides not to lower the price, or if something major comes up during a home inspection, or you don't get approved for your loan, or you lose your job, or any situation that causes you not to close on this house, then and only then are you out of the due diligence fee. But it does get credited towards you.
Okay.
Is that better? Does that make it better?
That does. And because I didn't like the point that you're paying this money and it's like going right in their pocket.
It does. But it does at the beginning of the contract, whether you close or not.
Yeah, and I don't like that if something was to go wrong with like the appraisal, the inspection, that you probably won't get that money back either. So
it's not probably.
No matter what.
You won't.
It's not a problem. You won't get the money back. Okay.
Right. The only way that you could get the money back is if the seller.
Oh my gosh, you guys, look at these results that one of my clients got just from opening a self account. Now this self account is amazing. So I have this account also. I paid $48 per month, and then after a year they send me all my money back. But you know the best part, I'm saving money, and then they're reporting to the credit bureaus, all 3 credit bureaus, every month that I'm paying on time, which is really boosting my credit score, you guys. So definitely, if you don't have a self account right now, it's an installment account, your credit score is really low, get that self account. You're going to be so happy that you did it.
Seller did something. If they breached the contract on their end, then you would be entitled to the money back. But if it's something buyer related, you don't get it back.
Okay. Ooh, that is a lot. Now, I listening to that. Tell us about a time where you helped the client. Say if y'all was under contract and you helped them because they probably messed something up, or something was going wrong with the loan, something was going wrong with the house. Tell us about a situation where they were in the midst of not closing, but you helped them close even through all the craziness.
So I can think of a specific example, and this probably happened maybe 2 years ago, but I had a client. So 2 years ago, it was still a seller's market, but not as crazy as it is today. And I had a buyer that was actually using down payment assistance. Well, she got approved for down payment assistance. However, the lender that she had originally gotten pre-approved with wasn't able to close the loan for whatever reason. And so I know, right? I craziness. And so at the 9th hour, I was able to find her a new lender to be able to help her close her loan, as well as because we had to find a new lender. Obviously, we were almost out of time, so I had to renegotiate an extension on the contract to talk to the other side, the other agent, and say we need a little bit more time to be able to close it. They granted our extension, and we were able to work it out, and she did not lose any money. She was able to close on her home and loves it and is still there. So at the end of the day, yes, at the end of the day, we were sweating bullets that day, but it all worked out, and it all worked out.
Well, that's good. I think it's like the 3rd time I heard of a situation where you were not going to be able to close with a specific mortgage company, but you switched to a new company. So you guys, if something was to happen with the company that you're with, because I'm kind of going through this right now with one of my referrals, but I told them, hey, listen, they got 2 lenders right now. Until you get out of underwriting, to me, till you get out of underwriting, you're not getting that loan. Till you get that loan committed, you're not getting that loan.
Absolutely.
So
same thing.
Play the field sometimes if you need to. Don't give up.
Yes, and I was going to say, relationships matter. That's why it's important. Like with your realtor, or as realtors, we have different relationships with different lenders, so we know of opportunities where, let's say if a client selected their own lender, somebody that they've been working with or banking with for a while, and that's who they want to use. But that, maybe their processes aren't that great, or they don't do what they say they can. But if you have a, lending partner that can work with this client's financial profile. So it's good to have relationships as a realtor.
It is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I'm so excited you gave us all that information. It was a lot, y'all. I'm just listening.
I know. I can just go like, well, hopefully that wasn't too much. But
you know, if it was, y'all, just rewind it, start over, listen again, take it all in, especially if you want to be in North Carolina and especially Charlotte. Listen to what she's saying now. So when you go to her, you already know what's up. You don't even have to play games.
But Charlotte is awesome. It's a good reason why everybody wants to be here. Just Google like what's going on in Charlotte, what to do in Charlotte, and it's like a ton of stuff. So
yeah, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. How can people follow you on social media?
Yes, so I'm on Facebook and Instagram are my two favorite platforms. On Instagram, I am Sharetha Loves Real Estate. And on Facebook, it's just Sharetha Holman Cooper.
Okay, perfect.
There's so many people out there with debt. So much debt, you guys, that they can't even get a car, they can't get a mortgage, they can't even get a credit card. Like, I mean, a $200 credit card. Some people can't even get a secure credit card. So that's why I created my exclusive credit membership, and it's only $1, you guys. So my exclusive credit membership, you guys will actually get the letters to delete bankruptcies, charge-off, repossessions, any negative account that you have in your credit reports. I have the letter so you guys can get that deleted. But guess what? Just because you guys are a part of my exclusive membership, you can get all those letters. But say if you don't want to do all that work, I have it so that you guys can get free credit repair. So that means I will actually start working to help you remove these accounts from your credit reports. And look right here, look all the results that my clients are getting. So definitely remember, you guys can join my exclusive membership for just $1. And I'll have that link down below. Or you guys can text SCORE 21,000 and you guys will have that link. So I'll see you guys in my exclusive membership.